Hi, my name is Francisco, and I am interviewing a cybersecurity engineer. Who are you?
I'm Eddie, and I work for MITRE Corporation.
How long have you been doing this career?
I've been doing this over 20 years.
What did you think your career would be in high school, and did you know that you wanted to do that at this point?
When I was in high school, there was no computer system, so there wasn't no computers at all at home because it was too expensive to have a computer. So my career in computers started as an electrical engineering career. I wanted to follow that career first, but then later on, as I grew into college, then IT, which information technology, that was developed, and I followed that career, the career path as a IT.
What is the pathway that brought you where you are in your career today?
Like I said at the beginning, I want to start becoming an electrical engineer, but then later on, as I went to freshman year and sophomore year college, most IT got me interested in programming. I was programming COBOL, I was programming Ada in college, and that got me where I was. As time went by, the need for more security was developed in the industry, and I started working a little bit about on the security side. And then in the last 5 or 6 years, security became one of the principles in any company, and I started working on security, developing security strategies in architectures to protect networks and infrastructure.
What education was needed for a position that you hold today, and what extra training was needed along the way?
Well, my background in math and engineering helped me develop my way of thinking so I can build algorithms to protect or build strategies to protect networks. And so for me, math and some kind of an engineering degree is needed to become a cybersecurity engineer.
Can you give us some information about your company? What goods or services does it provide?
Well, MITRE is a great company. It's a great corporation. There's is an agency attached to the government. We are basically a research firm in which we test any new product for the government. We recommend what the government should do in order to protect the government networks. We deal with every federal agency regarding security and cybersecurity. In the last few years, a big technology was developed, which is cloud technology. And we are constantly testing security faults, how hackers can get into the network, how they develop this technology. So now one of the biggest providers of technology is Amazon, and the other second biggest one is Azure from Microsoft. And they're building their network, they're trying to secure their networks, and we as an agency, as a federal agency trying to protect the federal government, we try to break into that, give them ways to test tighter security in their networks.
What is your position and your job duties?
My position, I'm a cybersecurity cloud engineer. And my duties is basically review every single possible way anybody can break into the cloud, into one of the cloud providers. Either can be via network or via some kind of a hacking system. Like for instance, somebody lost their credentials, somebody installed malware in their computers or Droid devices or phones. So that's my job, to investigate how we can prevent this in the federal government.
What does your typical day look like?
My typical day is I have to review, depending on which agency I'm working, I have to review their needs, how everything is set up. If everything was recorded in the last 24 hours, for instance, we check log files to make sure nothing has been broken in, or somebody has hacked, or somebody has changed passwords without the authorization of the network.
What type of technology or machines do you use during your job?
Right now, like I said before, we're using cloud technology. Cloud technology is what everything sits in a central location, a big data center, and everything's stored in that data center.
What do you not like and do like about your position?
What I like about my position is I like to be at the edge of technology. We always using the latest tools that the commercial or the corporation are releasing. And what I don't like about my job is sometimes there's long hours of just waiting, looking at log files. We call it log digging. Looking at the log files, error messages, and everything. But that's part of the job.
Do you work mostly with people, things, or ideas?
We work in teams. So we have our teams, and everybody share their ideas, and everybody agrees and disagrees. So we have to find a middle point on how to resolve issues.
What do you look for when you're about to hire someone?
When I look for someone that I hire, I would like to see what their math background is. Strong math skills is essential because that gives you skills to think in a math way, like as a computer does. So we need somebody who can troubleshoot and be organized, document procedures.
How do you use the math classes or just any classes that you had in high school in this job?
Well, we had, at the beginning of my career, we had algorithms. Algorithms, you need to be able to translate those algorithms into programs. And that's how we develop programs. So you need math skills. You need ways of thinking how a computer thinks. And these days we have different ways of doing, but that was my beginnings.
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right.
We can edit that out.